You ever look back at all the hours you spent gaming and realize you could have learned like 3 languages or built a rocket ship? Yeah, me neither. I've played way too many games in my life. I've raged, cried, screamed, celebrated, and occasionally questioned my existence, all for those sweet, pixelated moments that made me feel alive. So today, we're counting down my top 10 games of all time, the ones that ruined my sleep schedule, destroyed my social life, and somehow made me a better person. Maybe. Probably not. Let's get started. Man, God of War 2 was the definition of don't talk to me. I'm busy committing mythological crimes. Kratos was an absolute menace. Every time you thought he'd chill out, he'd find a new Greek god to throw hands with. The combat, still some of the best hack and slash action ever. The story, straight up Greek tragedy meets pure testosterone. And that ending, cliffhanger of the decade. I remember staring at the credits like, they didn't just end it like that, right? This game made me feel like I could punch Mount Olympus off the map, which Kratos basically did. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Let's be honest. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is pure chaos in the best possible way. You'd pick your team, button mash like your life depended on it, and somehow pull off a 90-hit combo that made no sense. This game didn't just test your skill, it tested your friendships. You could be best friends one round and mortal enemies the next. And that "I want to take you for a ride" song still haunts me to this day. It was one of the first games that made me realize you don't need balance for greatness. You just need Iron Man, Cable, and Magneto breaking the laws of physics. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. The Budokai series was already cool, but Budokai 3? That was a freaking masterpiece. You could finally play as your favorite characters, transform mid-fight, and absolutely destroy your cousin in front of the whole family. The sound effects, the energy blasts, the over-the-top story mode, it was like living inside the anime. And the combos felt so satisfying. You could go from a light punch to an instant transmission Kamehameha like you were some kind of martial arts god. This was the DBZ game that set the standard. Every Dragon Ball title since has been chasing that same magic and honestly still hasn't topped it for me. Fortnite, yeah, I said it, Fortnite. Go ahead and roll your eyes, I'll wait. But here's the thing, this game changed everything. It made cross-platform gaming normal. It gave us concerts, insane collaborations, and moments where you could literally have Goku fighting Ariana Grande while Darth Vader's doing the gritty. And when you got that victory royale, you felt like a god. Sure, the building mechanics made some people rage quit, like me many times, but for others, it became an art form. And now, with all the new modes and events, it's basically a gaming multiverse. I'll never forget the first time I got sniped mid-emo. That's when I knew Fortnite wasn't just a game, it was war. Dota 2, oh boy, Dota 2. This game didn't just test your skills, it tested your soul. You either played for years and loved it, or played one match and uninstalled it immediately. There's really no in between. But for those of us who stuck with it, nothing else hits the same. Every game feels like chess with fireballs, a perfect mix of teamwork, strategy, and pure chaos. I've literally seen friendships end, monitors thrown, and egos shattered because of Dota. But I've also seen some of the most intense, rewarding matches of my life. It's not just a game, it's a lifestyle, a toxic, beautiful, exhausting lifestyle. WCW versus NWO Revenge. If you had a Nintendo 64, this was your entire weekend. The graphics were blocky, the moves were clunky, but none of that mattered. This game was pure fun. You could finally beat up your friends as your favorite wrestlers. The entrances, the taunts, the chaos of 4 people in a ring spamming grapples, it was peak gaming. And let's not forget the joy of hitting someone with a chair just because you could. This game made me love wrestling even more, and it was the definition of simple but perfect. Super Mario World, the OG, the classic, the reason half of us even fell in love with gaming. Super Mario World was pure joy. Yoshi, power-ups, hidden levels, the music, everything about it was magical. You didn't play this game to beat it fast. You played it to explore, to discover, to just exist in that weirdly cheerful world where turtles have wings and plumbers save princesses. I still remember the first time I found Star Road. It felt like discovering Atlantis. Mario might not talk much, but the man carried an entire generation. World of Warcraft. This game straight up stole years of my life. If you played WoW in its prime, you know, the world felt endless, the community was alive, and your sleep schedule was basically non-existent. You'd tell yourself just one more quest, and suddenly it's 4 a.m. Raids, dungeons, PvP, guild drama, it had it all. It wasn't just a game, it was a second life. You met friends, enemies, maybe even your future ex-guild leader. And every time you hear that login music, instant nostalgia. Street Fighter 2, the legend. The one that defined fighting games forever. Street Fighter 2 taught us timing, patience, and how to absolutely destroy your thumbs. Arcade sticks, button mashing, and the sweet satisfaction of landing that perfect Hadouken. Every character was purely iconic. Ryu, Chun-Li, Guile's hair. It was simple to pick up, but brutally hard to master. And best of all, it made trash talking an art form. You didn't just beat your friends, you humiliated them. And that's how legends were born. Kingdom Hearts 2. This one's kind of personal. Kingdom Hearts 2 isn't just a game, it's a full-blown emotional experience wrapped in anime hair and Disney chaos. The combat was buttery smooth, the worlds were stunning, and the music, straight chills. You'd go from fighting Heartless and Hollow Bastion to hanging out with Mickey Mouse, and somehow it worked. The story was confusing as hell, sure, but when that opening sequence hit with Sanctuary, instant goosebumps. This game made me laugh, cry, and somehow believe that friendship could literally defeat darkness. If there's one game that sums up why I love gaming, it's this one. So yeah, that's my list, my top 10 games of all time. The ones that defined me, broke me, and still make me want to hit new game just one more time. I know I probably left out some fan favorites, but hey, this is my list. You can fight me in the comments. If you enjoyed the trip down memory lane, hit that like button as always, and drop your own top 10 below, and maybe next time, I'll do the top 10 games that absolutely broke me as a person, some of them on this list. Until then, keep playing, keep raging, and remember, you can always respawn. I thought this would be a fun, cool, short little video. If you liked it, don't also forget to drop that sweet, awesome sub. Peace.